Each of you all recite Surah Fatiha. To the society seated in front of you all. It is important that forget about all the other things. Education, education, education. And for that, it's hard work. Please don't think what we are giving you is not sufficient. You should get more. Yes, you will get more down the road. Be diligent, be honest, be hardworking. Everything else will follow. You may be doing only 4 subjects for A level, but think of computer. Think of, if you are doing in Tamil, think of your singular language. Think of your English language. There are a lot of programs where you can learn in English. You can learn your English language. You can learn your singular language. That is what is helpful. I learned in English. My Sinhalese were not so good. If I speak in Tamil, they will all run away. I don't know Tamil. So that is what I regret now. So if I learned in Sinhalese, I would have been a better speaker in Sinhalese. But I didn't. And I feel bad, sorry about it. So that is what I really want to emphasize before I start anything else. Today, you are very fortunate to have Mr. Tasim. He is our chief guest. He brings 31 years of experience from the Central Bank of Sri Lanka and currently serves as the Deputy Governor. Sir, we are fortunate to have you today, and it's for you, it's a rare opportunity to hear from him. For me too. I know him, I met him, but today I will really enjoy what he is going to speak to all of you all. He has had a distinguished career. That's because he did his studies. He got himself educated. Mr. Tasim's insight into education, coupled with personal experience and the hard work has put into his career, offer invaluable lessons to all of us. I read his resume, and he is an alumni of the Harvard University. So that's the best in the world. Being an alumni of Harvard is very, very tough. So again, why I'm emphasizing about Mr. Tasim is connecting to your education. And education is our project. We have a lot of other projects. We do have various other projects. Last week we were down in Belgium, and there too I emphasize about education. So children, please work hard. I just want to give you the statistics from your scholarship. We got 553 applications. Out of that, 499 applications were approved, were eligible for selection. Eligible, 499. These applications are from 23 districts. Out of that, 170 applications from boys and 329 from girls. We need an equal or more boys. So I don't know how we can bridge the gap, but yet that difference is continuing in our society. Due to our limited resources, I must emphasize that this money that you are receiving is from donors. අපිට zakat සල්ලි දෙනවා. ඒ සල්ලි වලින් තමයි අපි බෙදන්නේ. ඒක නිසා zakat සල්ලි වලට අපිට තියෙන කර්ම තමයි we can give only 342 applicants. ඒ කියන්නේ 499න් අපි දෙන්නේ 340 දෙන්නේ 342. And from that, 115 boys and 227 girls, almost double so. So we have that difficulty, but there's nothing much we can do. You know, the selection is also very difficult, very tough. We check all about your parents, what you all do, what your parents have done, how you all are going to benefit from this scholarship. I know this sum is not enough, but we want you students to know that there is a society who will help you all with whatever you need. Finish your levels, do well. We will give you a scholarship to go to university. විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයට යන්න අපිට ඒකට උදව් කරන්න. ඒ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලෙ ගිහිල්ලා එතනින් දියුණු වුණා නම්, එතනින් පාස් වුණා නම් අපි ජොබ් දෙන්න ඔයාලට අපි උදව් කරනවා. So please do well, go to the university and come back. So to do that, you have to be in touch with the Baithulmal. Be in touch with us, inform us how your course is, how you have passed out, and when we advertise for the university scholarship, please do apply. I'm not asking you all to this as a dole. No, I know all of you all need some extra funds, and this is what you are getting from Baithulmal. And as I said, we have a very stringent process of selection, and we spend a lot of time for selection. Mr. Tasim, it's a nightmare. Selecting when the applications come, when you come to the university, we get about over 1,200, and we can give only 200. So that is what it is, and therefore, children, boys and girls, please do well and be in touch with us. And if you are in touch with us, we will help you to achieve more in your life, in your education career. So my advice to you is, once again, study well, work hard, be an all-rounder, say your namaz on time. Agam kya hai, velavata agam kya hai. Quran keval. Quran eke translations balanda. Eki tamanta goda diyunu wenna puluwan. Ape Quran Sharif eke teenne dewal Lanka hamadama vena dewal thamai. They say pray, start your namaz in the beginning, first thing in the morning. You start your day early. Continue. Be disciplined in time. Zohar namaz is at 12:15. Pray on time. That's why you will achieve. And with that, I'm sure all of you all will do well in life. So once again, all the best to all of you all, and do well. Thank you.
President of the Baithulmal Fund, Mr. Elias, distinguished members of the fund, the head table, and Mr. Nazir Rahman, who coordinated my visit. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me to be the chief guest on this occasion of handing over scholarships to A-level students. Interestingly or coincidentally, I'm also a secretary of a scholarship fund which gives scholarships mainly for university students. It's called the Overseas Muslim Educational Trust, which is there for the last 43 years and registered in London as well as in Sri Lanka. And we also do the same thing. So I thought it's ideal for me to come today since Baithulmal is carrying out a very noble and a useful project of educating our youngsters who are the future of our country and our community. I was thinking what I should talk to you all today. You are youngsters. So I had to pitch a bit at a different level. Now I see, interestingly, the scholarship recipients, I see a large number of females and half of it basically males. Now this trend we are noticing everywhere. When you take the central bank, 75% of the batches we selected are females. There's a low or rather they are not up to the mark. The males are not up to the marks as females. So you have a kudos. You are doing well. But also having said that, as a community, as a Muslim community, I am glad that we have taken a turn from our label of being a trading community to gradually moving on to a educated community. That's important. And if I have to address you, I thought I'll speak to you on my 31 years of journey of how I became the deputy governor. You will be able to pick up something out of the journey where you can mold your career and your life. As you know, I started off, learned my ABC at Isipatana, and in grade 5 I shifted to St. Peter. That was the first change in my life. It was a culture change for me. Because I was in a class which had 90% Muslims, and here I moved into a school which had 90% burghers. So it was a change. At that young age, that change, I think, paved me the way. So first thing, it's important that you adapt to those changes. And also, as quite correctly said by the President, you have to be grateful to your Creator. I'm grateful to Almighty Allah for giving me this chance of being the first Muslim deputy governor in the 74 history of the central bank. So history is created now. So you have to be grateful and thankful to Almighty Allah for all what He has given to you. But also you must have the patience, because things will not come overnight. I had to wait 31 long years to become the deputy governor. So, as I said, be grateful to your Creator. Number 2, I'm thankful to my parents who gave a very solid education to me. Now, I am not as fortunate as maybe most of you all, because I lost my parents when I was 22 years. It was a crucial age for me. But we had to go in the right direction. So as quite correctly said, education was my key. Because I realized when there is nobody, when your parents are not living, you're on your own, your only way out is education and also the thirst for knowledge. So I was able to move on from there, do my studies. I think Rumesh, we also did accountancy some time back, and moved on. And the next point I come is the central bank itself. Now, central bank, how many are doing commerce here? Can I see the hands up? Commerce subjects? Okay, there are about 4 or 5. Fine. Yeah, yes. Okay. So now, some of you may know in what central banking is, but to enter into the central bank, usually they take the first class and the second upper of the degree, nothing less. So the cream of the university comes to the central bank. Now the problem here is, there are tens of thousands. When you ask for a clerical job, there are 40,000 applications. When you ask for an executive job, there are 10,000 applications. So when I applied also, it was the same. But the point I want to make is, do not give up. Don't think, oh, there are 10,000, I won't make it. No. You go and give your best shot. I applied, and out of that 10,000, only 40 were selected. And Alhamdulillah, I was fortunate to be in that 40. Because I didn't give up. I thought I'll go and give my best shot. And there I was selected. That's the start of my career. So even in yours, don't ever take a step back. You think you can, go for it and give your best shot. Moving on to the careers of central banking, as I stepped in there, as you know, first class, second upper, you have to compete even within there to become the deputy governor. Then what happens? Your communication skill. My communication skills played a major role there, and my language skills. Whilst appreciating of you knowing the Tamil and the Sinhala language, it is equally important that you brush up your English language. We have to deal with IMF, World Bank, and ADB, you name it, all the international organizations, all the foreign central banks, all the banking institutions, and the working language is English. So, whilst being aware of your mother tongue, or rather Sinhala or Tamil, please make sure that you improve your language skills in the English language. That is what gave me the edge over all the other first class and second class degree holders. So that's one of the important point that I want to highlight. Then moving on from there, I was given a challenge as a young officer I was put into a board of what you call the clearing house of the country. And I was given a challenge to do what is called a check imaging and truncation system. If you remember, Mr. President, those days if you put a Jaffna check, it takes 7 days. You put a Batiklo check, it takes 5 days to get money to your account. I was asked to go to Singapore and study the system. I studied the system, came back here and implemented the system. 1996, we were all there. Alhamdulillah, I think I was destined to live. And thankfully, thank to Almighty Allah, Because if you do the right thing, the impact that has on the society is tremendous. So, and even my Manila visit, which I had this month, our presentations were well accepted because our communication skills were far better than the South Asian other central bank executive directors or deputy governors' language skills. The impact we were able to create, the attention we were able to get of the audience was much more than the others because our English speaking accent is good, our language skill is good, and we are also a country that has a high literacy rate. So, then the next step for me was to become the deputy governor, which is the highest position in the central bank. And again, that's what I said, you need to give your best shot. There were five candidates, all with over 30 years experience. Okay, and all, as I said, first cast, second upper, all are there. So I went prepared, but it was a shocking turn for me because it was not what I prepared. Because the whole interview technique was different. So you need to be geared for that. Be geared to face any situation at any time. And what happened there was totally, as soon as I sat, they said, Mr. Tasim, we know your 31-year history. Your application is folded and kept. And then their approach was, how do you react to a situation? How do you make a decision at that level, at the deputy governor level? How do you make decisions? So it's important for you all. Wise, we have the leadership skills. Everything has been gained by the time you come to this level. So you need to be agile and be able to make a quick decision at a point of time. The case studies were absolutely nothing to do with banking. It's all moral, ethical case studies. If I have to share one of the case studies, interestingly, it will be unbelievable. A dead body is there. There are 3 young people who needs organs. The dead body has not given the permission to give the organs. There are 3 young people who has life ahead. What would be your decision? How will you feel when you're given that case study in the interview? So there's no right answer. but you have to speak for an because the way we think is not the way you think. But also, you are a generation that want things to happen fast. Now, I don't think you will stay for 31 years to become the deputy governor. You want it fast. Now, remember that when you want everything to be fast, then you have to be careful as well. Okay? Because you have everything in the touch of a button. Whilst you have everything in the touch of a button, it has the good and the bad. So you must be knowledgeable or learned enough to know what is good and what is bad. We have seen many instances where people have gone through many difficulties because of this touch of a button. Despite people being educated, people get caught various scams because of this touch of a button. So, as I continuously say, be conscious, be aware. Whilst you are having the advantage of this mobile system or digital systems, be also conscious aware of the advantages and the disadvantages of those. But we do realize that is the way forward. Now, every country I visit, probably they are always talking about digitization. So you will have at the tip of your finger everything, unlike our generation. So therefore, you will have to keep on learning also, because this is a technology is an evolving thing. As you know, people talk about cyber security now. So you should be aware of those. What would be the impact? What would be the impact of that? How much the society will be impacted? Whilst having the advantages, what are the disadvantages to society? So having conscious, being aware of this will take you a long way. And also now that you are doing the A-levels, target yourself to go to the campus. Give your best shot. Okay? Because now everybody has more than one qualifications. When I sit in the interview board at the central bank, I find the degree holder with at least another 2 or 3 qualifications. Maybe SEMA, chartered, something, plus a degree. So our generation, it was different. A degree or a professional qualification was adequate at that time. But now you have so much of scope, so much of opportunities, that it is a competitive world. Everybody who comes actually had more than one qualification. A degree, academic qualification plus 2 or 3 professional qualifications. So that's a challenge to you. And the other thing I want to touch was, once we perform and go, you always have, now when I applied for the #1 university in the world, everybody who applies there is of the same qualification. Okay? So what they sent me a note, they said, you may be eligible, but that does not mean you're selected. That's what they sent me a letter. But now this is the important thing. What they want me to write, they asked me to send me a write-up of what I have done in terms of change management. Mind you, the Harvard University's question was that, what I have done in terms of change management. That's why I touched change at the very beginning itself. Everything in this world is changing. So therefore, you have to be adaptable to that change. You can't be in your comfort zone. You may be comfortable, oh, you're doing this in a certain pattern, we will do it this way right along, that's fine. No, that is not. You need to keep changing with the times. Otherwise, you will be lost in the process. Somebody else will be doing that change and taking over from you and going ahead. So it's not easy. It's a competitive world, especially for your generation. It's a competitive world now. You need to be savvy. You need to be tech savvy. You need to get your qualifications in place, and also gradually build up on your experience. Because the reason why I'm saying is, in sometimes theory does not work. Interestingly, in this crisis, when the country went through an economic crisis, there were so many theories we saw at the central bank. Economic theories, fundamentals, everything. But there are instances we had to take some decisions which were not in line with the theory. Because in a crisis situation, theory does not work. So therefore, whilst learning your theory, gradually build up and gain that experience. This, I believe, your thirst for knowledge, your adaptability to change, and also, please remember, be grateful to your Creator for all what He has given you. I'm daily grateful for giving me this opportunity. And also, be respectful and thankful to your parents for all what they have done to you. Don't ever forget that. You are, as you know, I know you are in a mobile era or tech era. Sometimes you may be busy with your mobile, but always keep that time for your parents. You are lucky. I was not that fortunate, because at 20 years I've already lost them. But I still feel that even now, today as a deputy governor, I was hoping if my parents were there, but today, how would they be? So remember that all the time. And with those words, I think I have spoken enough. So thank you once again to the Baithulmal Fund for inviting me, and I hope you were able to pick something from my talk today, and wish you all the best in your future career. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for a very motivating speech, motivating the children from your own experiences. I must add that what you have done in life at the bank, central bank, is what we are benefiting. So having people like you there is valuable and important for us, meaning the community, the Muslim community. We pray that you do become the governor of the country. of the central bank. That's what I really, really wish for today. After hearing you and seeing your profile, the amount of work you have done in the institution, being the head of even the crib which you don't want to speak about. Crib is one place where banking loan act අරගෙන ගෙව්වේ නැත්නම් නම යනවා crib එකට crib එකෙන් වෙන බැංක් ඔක්කොමලා දැනගන්නවා මේ මහත්යාට නැත්නම් මේ තනත්තාට සල්ලි දෙන්න එපා කියලා මේ මහත්යා තමයි crib එකේ head එක. That is very important. So that's what we learn. And you see, he spoke of case management. There are a lot of things that you will learn if you discuss with your fellow students. You discuss, you coordinate, to become then motivated. I must add this to what Sir said. Japan gives scholarships under Justica for people, for students, and then for directors or people who are in business. They take you there for 2 weeks and talk of case management. What happens in Toyota, what happens in various companies. So I think we have said a lot. And once again, sir, thank you very much for being here. And for us too, it's a pleasure to hear you and get motivated ourselves. Thank you. Namange namak kata kanot isarra dila namame in Vegan. Today we are giving you payments for 2 months. මාස දෙකට සල්ලි එළුළු පිට තියෙනවා. ඉතුරු ටික තමන් දීපු බැංක් account එකට තමන් ටික වැටෙනවා. Bank it will be deposited to your bank.
ஓகே இந்த கம்ப்யூட்டரில் 5000 ரூபாய் இருக்குது. அது 2 மாதத்தோட ஸ்காலர்ஷிப். முன்னுக்கு எல்லாம் உங்களோட பேங்க் அக்கௌண்ட்டுக்கு போகும். இந்த வார மாதம் தொடங்கியா இந்த மாதம் இந்த ஜூலை ஆகஸ்ட் தான் கட்டியிருக்கணும். ஃப்ரம் செப்டம்பர் டிரெக்டாக உங்களுக்கு பேங்க் அக்கௌண்ட்டுக்கு போகும். கிடைக்கலாடி எங்களுக்கு அறிவிக்கும்.
May Allah make it easy for all of us. May Allah prosper you in your education career. Amen. May Allah guide you. May Allah make you very, very intelligent and give you the best results, not only in A levels but in the university career. Amen. May Allah give us the strength to thank, be gratitude to Almighty Allah for all what He has given all of us. Amen. It's not only education, everything that we have got is Allah's grace. When we have Allah's grace, everything happens. So, lot of thanks to Allah for all what He has given to us. Likewise, gratitude. May Allah give our parents the strength and give us the strength to thank our parents for all what they have done for us. Inshallah, Allah make it easy. Alhamdulillah. Sallallahu ala Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, sallallahu ala Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, sallallahu ala Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Alhamdulillah. There is refreshments. We will go down, but each of you all sit in your places and the refreshment will be served to you. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Muhammad Ilyas Admani, President of Ceylon Baithulmal Fund. Today was an important day for Baithulmal. Today we were able to fulfill the requirements of students who are commencing their A-level classes. This is a pet project of the Baithulmal, and we received 765 applications, out of which we selected 342 applications, and out of these 342 applications, the number of male applicants were 115 and 227 were female applications. Today, Mr. A.M. Tasim was our chief guest, and the awards were granted to the students who came to receive them. We give monthly 2,500 rupees per student, and till they complete their A-levels, these monies are provided to them by depositing it to the bank account. We would really be happy to give to more students, but we have limited funds from Zakat donors, so we were able to only accommodate 342 applications. We are very thankful to our Zakat donors, without whom we cannot achieve this project. We are thankful to Allah for granting us this opportunity, and thankful to the donors who have given their Zakat, so that we are able to continue this project every year. In addition to A-levels, we also told the students that we will be giving university scholarships, and they can apply once they pass through. Mr. A.M. Tasim, Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, gave a very motivating speech and gave his experience at the bank for the last 31 years, how he has reached the highest ladder in the central bank. We are happy that we were able to meet the students personally and give them their fund today. Thank you.
நான் ஃபெரோஸ் நூன், பைத்துல்மால் நிறுவனத்தின் தனாதிகாரி. இன்றைய எமது நிகழ்வானது கல்வி பொதுத்தராதர உயர்தர மாணவர்களுக்கு புலமை பரிசில்களை வழங்கும் ஒரு நிகழ்வாகும். எமது குறிக்கோள்களில் முக்கியமான குறிக்கோள் என்னவென்று சொன்னால், கல்வியில் எமது சமுதாயத்தை ஒரு உன்னதமான நிலைக்கு கொண்டு வருவது. இதனை மையமாக கொண்டே நாங்கள் எமது ஜக்காத் கொடுப்பனவுகளில் 50% மேலாக நாம் கல்விக்கே செலவழித்து வருகின்றோம். அட்வான்ஸ் லெவல் ஸ்காலர்ஷிப், அதுபோக யூனிவர்சிட்டி பல்கலைக்கழக புலமை பரிசுகளையும் நாங்கள் ஒவ்வொரு வருடமும் கொடுத்து வருகின்றோம். இன்று நாம் 342 மாணவர்களுக்கு கல்வி பொதுத்தராதர உயர்தர கல்வியை தொடர்வதற்கு 2500 ரூபாய் மாதம் வீதம் நாங்கள் புலமை பரிசுகளை வழங்குவதற்கான நிகழ்ச்சியை நாங்கள் நடத்தினோம். எமது மொத்த செலவு எவ்வளவு என்று சொன்னால் 15 மில்லியன் ரூபாய் ஆகும். இன்றைய நிகழ்வில் எமது விசேட அதிதியாக சென்ட்ரல் பேங்க், அதாவது மத்திய வங்கியின் உப கவர்னர் A.M. தாசிம் அவர்கள் கலந்து கொண்டார்கள். அவரது உரையில் மாணவர்களை ஊக்குவிக்கும் முகமாக, மாணவர்களை ஊக்குவித்து கல்வி சம்பந்தமான விடயத்தில் முன்னுரிமை வழங்குமாறு மாணவர்களுக்கு கூறி, மற்றும் அவரது உரையில் கல்வியை முக்கியத்துவமாக கொண்டதாகவே அவரது உரை இருந்தது. அதுபோக அவரது எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸை பற்றி, அவர் நிறைய 31 வருட எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸை பற்றி அவர் சொல்லியிருந்தார். பைத்துல்மால் நிறுவனம் நான் முன்னர் கூறியது போல் கல்விக்கே முக்கியத்துவம் வழங்குகின்றது. அது போக பலவிதமான திட்டங்களையும் நாங்கள் நடத்தி வருகின்றோம். தையல் மெஷின்களை வழங்குவது, கிராமத்தில் உள்ளவர்களுக்கு உதவுவது, சுய தொழில் சம்பந்தமான உதவிகளை வழங்குவது, மற்றும் திருமணங்களுக்கு உதவி செய்வது போன்ற வீல் சேர், கிணறு வெட்டுவது போன்ற பலவிதமான திட்டங்களை நாங்கள் நடத்தி வருகின்றோம். இந்த திட்டங்களுக்கு எங்களுக்கு முக்கியமாக சில நிறுவனங்களும் உதவி செய்கின்றன. மவுண்டன் ஆஃப் மர்சி என்ற நிறுவனம், இந்த நிறுவனம் 20 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு முன்னால் நிறுவப்பட்ட இந்த நிறுவனம் எங்களுக்கு உதவிகளை செய்திருக்கின்றது. அதுபோல ரெட் யூனியன் எங்களுக்கு உதவிகளை செய்திருக்கின்றார்கள். ஜனாப் இலியாஸ் கரீம் எலிமெண்ட் கார்மெண்ட்ஸ் உரிமையாளரும் எங்களுக்கு பலவிதமான உதவிகளை செய்து அதன் மூலம் திரட்டும் நாங்கள் ஜக்காத்தை கொண்டே இந்த விதமான திட்டங்களை நாங்கள் நடத்தி வருகின்றோம் என்பதை கூறிக்கொள்கிறோம்.
We are also thankful to Riyadh Hafiz of Mountain of Mercy, who have continuously helped us and been supporting us, and even for the scholarship, Mountain of Mercy has contributed tremendously. We appreciate their support, and we have been doing a lot of projects in view of their support. We thank them profusely and hope we can get their support continuously. Thank you.